Ba-bam, ba-boom, ba-bosh, baton, bateen, bataz, batuz, ba-ones, ba-2, 3, 4s, the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, the 10s, the 11s, the 12s, the 13s, the 14s, the 15s, the 16s, the 17s, the 18s, the 19s, the 20s. What's up? What's going on? What's new in the school? What's happening? Oh God, this is way worse in terms of feedback. Tell me in the chat if you can. Is this, by the way, this is an experiment. I don't know if this is gonna work. It's a new angle. It's a new stream. It's new life. New blood. New soul. We're in it to win it. Here. Let's keep going. Let's keep taking calls. Let's keep getting it in. Let's keep getting it out. Switch to YouTube because there's no stream time limit. Exactly. There's no stream time limit. There's no nothing. There's no non. There's no... Let's take some damn calls, shall we? Thank you for joining me here on youtube.com/LyleForever/live. A lot of people didn't want to come, but they don't matter. What matters is who did want to come. So let's keep going. Let's take some calls. The damn line is open, folks. So get on up there. Give it what you got.
Genghis Khan.
To accept, press 1. To send... Okay. I've sent the caller to voicemail. Goodbye.
Why is it doing that? Un minuto, un minato. This is a work in progress. Sorry if it's lagging or being weird or bad. This is my first time trying this, so bear with me. Google Voice is a little upset.
You reached my voicemail. Please leave a message at the beep.
At the tone, please record your message.
It's not happening, folks. We're gonna get there. This is going to happen. We will smooth this out. We will figure out what's going on. We will succeed. We will get into it. We will get out of it. We will understand it. We will live it. We will live it. The video size you're broadcasting is bigger, which is probably causing the lag. You're correct.
Hello?
Hello? Tell me something. Tell me everything. Good. I mean, just go hog wild on me, if you need.
Holy God.
Holy God, indeed. I agree.
Yeah. Wow, I wasn't actually expecting to get a hold of you. Sorry for my amazement.
You know, I wasn't expecting anything either. That's what we do here. Is we come in with no expectations, and we just do whatever the thing is, and we figure it out.
Okay, so recently things have been really fucky over on my end. Like me and my girlfriend we broke up a bit ago, and it really messed me up, and I it took a while for me to really start to get over it, but now I'm doing way better, and I it's just really hard for me to get back into like the dating scene, and I haven't found anybody that really cares for me at all, which really is a hard blow to the self confidence, and on top of that, like it's just it sucks, man. It just sucks.
Hold on. Fuck. What do you do all day? What, because I feel like you gotta find something that, like, will kind of leave that gap that they left, that she left in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I've started to be more creative. I started picking up like art and drawing and painting, and I also started singing. And I'm trying to start a band and finding people who can help play with me. And so I have a dude for drums. I think I have a guy for guitar, but I don't know if he's 100% willing. And I'm trying to, start a band and just have fun with friends and try not to really think too hard about her.
Yeah, I was telling someone this the other night, like, yeah, you know what? Here, I'll tell you exactly what I told someone who was kind of calling in about this issue the other night. Is like, you have to realize, I mean, you're trying to fill a gap right now. You're trying to fill sort of a gap that she left, right? And you might be tempted to fill that gap with something that is just as good as, what was there before. But you can't look at it as, like, comparative. Oh, shit. Can you mute your stream real quick?
Yeah, give me a second. That better?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, you can't try to fill that gap with, something that is, like, as good in the exact same way as it was when she was filling it. Because there's, like, really great things that you can use to fill that gap that are great in totally different ways than she was, great. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm trying to just find stuff, take my mind off it. And sometimes, like, it works. Like, I'll get sucked into something, like, I'll find a neat little game on Steam or something, and I'll get sucked into playing that and have, like, a bunch of fun. But then, like, after just a couple of hours and I'm all done playing, and I'm like, man, that was really fun. Like, right after, I just start thinking and realize that I just spent hours just wasting away in front of a screen doing nothing.
Then figure out something that's not playing video games.
Yeah. Like, I've also started working out more.
I love the singing and the band. I think you should kind of dive into something like that. And I know you're about to say you start working out. I think you should dive in to those kind of things.
Yeah. Though, sadly, I tried starting a band a while ago, and it worked out. I wrote one song, and we were going to actually record it and make it, but then nobody really wanted to help out, and so I was left all alone, abandoned by my so-called band members.
Sure.
And like I was really getting my hopes up to be able to make this song, which I thought was so amazing, and it would be so difficult to make it by myself. And like I really need others' help.
Your whole point, the whole point is that you're trying to find things that, you know, you don't have to rely on other people for. If there is any way that you can make music on your own, I would suggest doing that. When I was in high school, I would make a shit ton of movies with my friends, and you know, sometimes it was hard having to like rely on other people, you know. And now I'm, you know, when I started doing other things like you know, stand up or streaming or making videos, just anything that you can do to like work on projects that are you know, you could be self-reliant on, because that's gonna suck. You're just gonna get more like having to rely on other people, and the whole point is that you're able to do something that is, you know, not tied to having to help out other people.
Yeah, having something that's just my own and my own thing and not tied to other people that I have to rely on. But that's way more difficult to do. Like, it
Sure.
sounds so easy just saying it, but God, it can get difficult.
Yeah, no, it's well, yeah, it can be difficult, you know, finding out what that thing is in the first place. But you know, I would just keep, you know, I mean, make a solo album. Pretend like, you know what you should do, man. You should pretend like you're one of the you were kicked out of the band. All right, and you know what you're gonna do is you're gonna do what all great you know, musicians who were kicked out of their bands do. You're gonna make a bitchin' solo album. All right, you're gonna make your solo project. You know, fuck their sound. All right, you're gonna dive deep into your own sound. Okay, and then you're gonna release a great solo album. And you're gonna show those guys who's boss. All right. So I would focus on that solo project of yours, and get lost in it.
All right.
And become obsessed with it.
I'll make a SoundCloud and start posting stuff onto there.
Absolutely, dude. Make a SoundCloud, start posting stuff, and drop a link in the chat, and we'll be there.
All right.
All right, dog.
Thank you, guys.
Take it easy,
Thank
dude.
you, Therapy Gecko. Wait, Therapy Gecko,
What's
are you
up?
qualified to be a therapist?
No. Not necessarily. Depending on what you mean by qualified.
Great. Well, thank you for
Absolutely,
your therapy.
dude. Anytime. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for bearing with. I'm sorry. Thank you for bearing with me on this weird YouTube switch shit that I'm trying out. I appreciate you being the first test caller on it.
Yeah, I think the YouTube streaming is probably going to be better than Reddit if you can start getting a really wide audience. I think the YouTube is going to be better in the long run.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. See, you're already thinking about, you know, how to get you channel that big marketing brain of yours that you got into this solo album.
Alrighty.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Well, I'll let you talk to other people. See you later.
Later, man.
Bye.
Hello? Unknown called and hung up. And as a result, they remain unknown. I'm used to...
Awesome.
To accept, press 1.
Austin. Hello? Professor Austin? Is this Austin? Is this not Austin? Is this Austin? Do you live in Austin? Austin? Are you Austin from Austin?
Not. Hey.
Tell me,
Like,
tell me everything. Tell me nothing, Austin. I mean, really, just kind of go. I mean, goddamn. Oh, we're living in a dream, Austin. Look around at the Earth. Look around. Look directly into the sun, and tell me we're not living on God's Andy Warhol nightmare land of an Earth right now, and have always been. I mean, hit me with whatever you got, Austin.
man, it's beautiful and bittersweet. There's a lot of struggle and strife in the world right now, but I've got a new outlook on life recently. And
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
well, I've been dealing with anxiety and panic attacks for about 6 months now, and just had a lot of other shit. Grew up poor as hell, just struggling trying to get through college to get my degree. Um, so recently, actually, I don't want to endorse like drug use on your stream or anything, but I had an experience with MDMA and some old friends, and like a switch flipped in my brain or something, and now I'm just appreciating everything so much. Man, I go on the Greenway for a walk, and I see a dad and his daughter turn all the way around and smile at me, and it just makes my whole day. And
Nice.
just I've found like that I can draw happiness from other people, or me making someone else happy. It will end up in the long run keeping me happy as well. And I had during this struggle I've been going through for the past year or two, I've been dealing with drug abuse and coming on and off of different drugs. And finally, I'm at the point where I'm totally comfortable with my sober self, and it feels great, honestly.
Awesome, man. I'm really happy to hear that. That's great. That you have
And
able to see the positive things going on in life.
exactly, yeah. Like I said, I'm just all smiles. Everything's just making me smile. Like, for example, I have a friend who I really hate to see her move away, but I'm helping her get a job, and it's bittersweet, but at the same time, like, I need to be a good friend and help her with this opportunity. But in the past, I've been dealing, with anxiety and stuff, and so sometimes that can kind of into anxiety and some depression too, can kind of snowball into irritability, and then sometimes like feeling certain ways towards your friends that you wouldn't normally feel, like jealous of their opportunities, and it just really like just distorts the way you think about things a lot, and it's hard to get out of that mindset, and like I said, I mean, the way I've found just, that I can draw happiness from a lot of things, like the last caller was talking about making music, and I've just recently purchased Akai MK2 board and condenser mic, and I'm going the solo route as far as for now, anyways. I'm about to move into a one bed and set up a studio in it, and so I want to see where that goes.
Nice. Awesome, man. It sounds like you got a lot of good stuff going on.
Oh yeah. What about you, man? How's everything over there?
It's going okay. I'm trying to figure out, I've been enjoying doing this stream a lot. I'm trying to figure out, the best way to do it, necessarily.
Right.
It's been fun, like, meeting new people and, all this stuff, all this jazz,
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to, figure out all the ways to do things and stuff in the best way that I can stuff the things,
That's great.
because
Yeah.
it's
That's a good way to
quarantine
put
it's
that.
quarantinal times, renal rhymes, and
Right.
I'm just trying to figure that stuff out. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah, like that. I have actually asthma, so I got to be careful with this whole coronavirus situation. So that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stresses me out, but I'm not too worried about it because I'm fairly healthy. Especially now that I've been clean and eating good and starting to actually exercise more. So, but
Beautiful,
yeah,
man.
this was the first time I was on Reddit and I switched over to YouTube, and I'm surprised that I got on. So it's cool to talk to you, man. Like this is my first time ever. I was scrolling through Reddit and I saw the stream and stopped and just
Dude,
kept
thank
on
you.
watching. So like, but it's awesome, man. I love what you do, man.
Thank you, man. I
and,
appreciate that.
Yeah, man. But anyways, I'll let you talk to somebody else if somebody else is waiting, man. But it's been great talking to you.
It's been great talking to you too, man. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I'm not usually this frazzled and shit. So I appreciate you bearing with me. I really do.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah, like this is my first time ever doing something like calling in on something too. So you know.
Hell yeah, dude. Call in again. I'd love to talk to you more.
All right. Yeah, definitely, man. I definitely will.
All right, man. Take
Have
it
a good
easy.
night, man.
You too. This is therapy, Gecko. Am I frazzled? I'm a little frazzled. You know, I appreciate you guys coming on over to the YouTubes. I know everyone keeps talking about Doris. Everyone keeps saying that there's, you know, and also it is funny because I do recognize the chatters usually, but we've all switched to our names. And that now I recognize the chatters less. The chatters are out in the open. I saw in the corner of my eye out of the chat on Reddit that someone was following me, was like putting out my information, which I thought was funny, because you know, who cares? What, you know, everyone already know my name. My name is my username. It's fine. What are they gonna do, right? Are they gonna come here? They're gonna send me a gift? They're gonna give me a call? They're gonna go crazy? Is it still the same? I don't know where Doris is. Hold on. I think the stream might be laggy. I'm gonna change the encoder. If anyone knows what the hell that even means, let me know, because I don't. Alright, I'm not gonna fuck with it. I laid in my bed. This was the decision I made. I made the decision to switch to YouTube. And I will stand by that decision for the rest of this evening. Until, you know, everything goes crazy. Let's open up the line. Let's take some calls. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of what we do here. How do you like that? I keep forgetting that people can now see when I'm looking at the computer. When we're in widescreen mode. Over here. This is the Gecko Forest. You're watching the up top, bottom right. You're watching the nines. We got a damn call in here.
GECKO.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
My computer feels like it is
To
about
accept.
to fucking.
Birds. My
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Doing great. Hey, so what's the like topic of tonight? Are we just free flowing it?
I used to do a question of the evening. Do
sorry.
you were you how long have you been watching this stream?
So I'm trying to think. I think the last one was why the fuck or who the fuck, and then the one before that I don't remember, but I know I bugged you twice. First one was about the train and the surgery, and the second one was just saying, "Hey, I like what you're doing," but you know, without actually saying much because I was pretty fucked up at the time. But I don't remember how far back it was, but it used to have like, you know, like, "Hey, this is what we're talking about." But
Right, yeah, I feel like I kind of stopped doing that. I want to do it again. Oh crap! Fuck! I just opened Safari. Fuck! This has been a fucking.
Safari? Are you? I don't. Okay, it's cool.
Can you hear me?
Right. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
You said Safari, and I'm trying to compensate, but I'm good now.
Are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I've heard a lot, probably a lot from what I've heard. Is like, where do we go after we're gone, or like, you know, what comes next? What was the words that you said?
What was the words that I? Oh yeah, I think I was talking about where we go when we die.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the one. You want to hear what I say?
Yes. Oh yeah. Hit me hard. Let's go crazy.
Oh man. Uh, it sounds agnostic, but it's not. But maybe nowhere, maybe somewhere. How are you on the idea of this being a simulation?
I don't
It
think
sounds
that this
stupid.
is a simulation. I think that is a little too. I
Now,
mean,
what is your?
actually, here's how I feel: is I don't care. I don't care if it's a simulation. I don't think it matters.
There you go. That a boy. Now, Brain in the Vat or Cartesian Demon World, that is like kind of Matrix shit, where we're like, yo, I am a thing that is now experiencing a life that isn't what's reality. That is one simulation. The other one is like I'm straight up digits in an equation. Which one is the true simulation to you?
Digits in an equation.
Yeah, so that's like, imagine, like, I don't know if this is the way it is. I don't think anyone does. But like the Big Bang, right? Think of that as like the one before the plus or the times or whatever. But anyways, there's a huge mathematical equation that's going on, and between the Big Bang and whatever comes after, we're in the middle of it. That would be like, you're just numbers. You're just a part of something that's going on. Doesn't necessarily mean that Earth or humans is a part of it, but it's just there's numbers that's going on in the universe, and we might be just 2 + 4 in the equation might explode, or you might be someone who's like Neo, just like taking over by robots, and you're in this make-up world, and honestly you're the one. Which if anyone's going to be the one, it'd be you, man. So which one do you think it would be in terms of simulation? Which sounds more reasonable?
I feel like if I'm gonna be a number, I feel like I'm like 3.
All right, it's not what I was going for, but I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
So
I
what
could
do you
be.
think?
Juno wants to imagine being 2 + 4.
Yeah. What would that be? What would that be? Like you're born at 2 and you die at 4, or would it be like you are the 2 and the 4?
Well, this is a little bit like the handful of ants, right? It was
Yeah.
like I'm a handful of about 2, 3, 4, 5 ants.
5, 6, if you're lucky.
6 if you're lucky. Sometimes just some ants.
No, that's so. What do you? I mean, I know you're the therapy, but I guess I gotta ask. I mean, that ask is for my therapist to have. What is your thoughts on the thereafter, or if there is?
What are my thoughts on the thereafter?
Yeah. Do we all become geckos? Do we all
I don't know.
love
I don't
life?
think anything happens. I do think. Well, there's truth to the ball of energy theory thing, but
I mean, like energy does not exist or cannot exist or was destroyed or whatnot, or you know what I'm saying? Or so, like, okay, do you know Descartes?
Descartes. I've heard of Descartes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think if I remember right, he's the dude who's like, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, or nothing hears it, doesn't make a sound. I think that, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was him. But he also has this idea of monads, right? Which is like you split the atom, right? You split the quark, you split all the atomic shit, and you get to the very like small and small, and he calls it monads. Spinoza calls it modes, but Descartes calls it monads, and he says that our thoughts are initial essence, so like our core self reside in the monads, and so that gets, when we die, that gets, laid into the ground, and our body gets, decayed and like split up into the earth, but we get shot down and crushed into that single self that is our base self. And that could end up being a blade of grass. A lot of people are like, well, isn't that, reincarnation? Is that along the lines of what I heard, or am I stretching a lot?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe my brain just is like shut it. Maybe my brain just can't handle the intense conversations and furious passion. Maybe.
Let's change it and let's change the conversation.
Hmm.
If you don't like, I'm pretty sure you can, motherfucker. Someone who fucking chases NyQuil with DayQuil. I don't fuck with me. I know who you is. I did, motherfucker. I did my research.
I'm sure. I bet you did. That's the thing about the internet. That's the thing about the internet, dude.
You really, all it takes is a Google or 5. And no, but I have an idea of what you might be. But no worries. I think you got the education to think of it, but I don't know if you just thought of it now, and I don't want to put you on the spot. But tell me something. I don't know. Just change the direction of the conversation. Take it to something that you feel more. This is what I think might be absolute. It doesn't have to be. Might be.
Might be absolute.
Yes. Like good and evil. Is it absolute? Dying with, like more good than evil. Is it absolute? There's something that takes you somewhere or nowhere.
Do you want to just, what's your favorite noise?
It kind of sounds like, but then again, it also kind of sounds like,
I like that. I like the. You ever do one of these? You ever do a? Oh yeah. No! Oh, they're gonna get me! Oh no!
Well, the first part, but the second part for sure now. Oh man. Yeah. No, I usually listen to static while I drive on the freeway from home to work. It's like straight static. It's like I get down. I'm like, man, that was really good. But now I got a sound bit. Well, no, you just gave me something new.
Yeah. What do we get? What do we got here?
Was that it?
Oh no! Oh God!
Oh, Lord,
I like that.
Jesus!
Lord Jesus! Something like maybe something like a
Dude, am I wasting your time? I feel bad. I feel bad.
No, I don't feel bad, dude. There's no.
I followed you on YouTube.
I'm glad. I'm happy you followed me onto YouTube, man. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been like stressed about this fucking my computer. I'm like it's hard to like I want to be able to like do a good stream. I'm stressed about my fucking computer exploding over here, and I'm stressed about like all this stuff, man. But
hey.
I'm listening. Let's do it. I'm listening.
Well, put your hands up and clap them together. And imagine that you're stressed. Look at them real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing it?
I am.
Put them together real. All right. Inhale deeply. Close your eyes while doing so. And while you exhale, go pa 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 pa.
Pa pa
1, 2,
pa
3,
pa
4,
pa.
5. That's exaggerating too much. Inhale. And then when you get your limit, hold it, and then go pop, 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 pop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Poppy, pie.
Oh, it's close enough, brother. Close enough.
Rock and roll, dog.
Rock and roll. So, damn, I don't know. I miss talking to you, brother. I've been spamming the shit out of this Google Voice, but I know you got more callers that want your attention and need your attention, excuse me. But I want you to know Genghis Khan is here and always for you, brother.
Thank you very much, Genghis Khan. Therapy Gecko is here and always for you as well.
All right, and just to give you a maybe, can I read you a quote before I ditch?
Sure thing.
All right, so my quote is, and this will give people, because in the end, I think how we feel, our emotions come from good and evil, the thought of it. But I want to give a quote from the great Thomas Hobbes. For these words of good, evil, and contemptible are ever used with relation to the person that useth them, there being nothing simply and absolute so, nor any common rule of good and evil to be taken from the nature of the objects themselves, but from the person of the man. I'll leave you with that quote, and if it means nothing, all right, cool. But otherwise, that's what I'll leave you with. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate it, dude. Take care.
Absolutely, dude. Thank you. Get in the summertime, loving the winter time. Look on the rock and roll. Get on the head a hole. Rock up sock, rock up town. Hold on, I'm gonna close the line for just a second. Rock up the town, rock up the bass, singing a song out of your face. Singing a song that you gotta sing, because sometimes you need to sing a goddamn song. Sometimes you need to sing a goddamn long. Sometimes you need to sing a very long song, and sometimes you need to sing along to the song. Hey, 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 we got the hey, 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 we got the song. And we got to sing along to the song. Don't go with the YouTube auto streaming settings is 1080p. See, that's why I'm stressed. I don't know. I've streamed to YouTube before, but the whole thing is going all crazy. It's going messed up. You know. Hey, I recognize this dude's voice. He's from a stream that ain't as good as your GECKO for life. I appreciate that, Austin. But you know, no shade to my boy Genghis. No shade to anyone. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for. Why'd you lose all your buddies, Jeff C? Bros, I'll be back. You know, in the front of the wind, to the left, to the right, to the ups and downs. But for now, fuck it, right? We're gonna do what we do best here at the thing. And you know what we do best here at the thing? Is we open the goddamn line and we take some goddamn calls. We therapize, we strategize, we aquify, we liquefy, we don ourselves a new hope and a new being, and we don ourselves, we bask in the grace of God and of Satan, more importantly. All right, I'm gonna read some texts. I got a couple of texts here. What is this? What is this? Oh my god, this text is so long. I will, we will get to it.
Lauren. To accept, press 1. To send a voice...
Lauren, this is your text.
Oh, it is. Great.
Lauren, all right, let's get into it. Lauren, first of all, Lauren, tell me everything, Lauren. Go crazy on me. What's new in the school? What's up? What's down?
Man,
I have so much to say to the world. I have a lot to say. I've been studying things. I want to talk about toxic chemicals. I want to talk about environmental shit. But
oh my God.
After listening to this last minute, I want to therapize you, you know?
All right, let's get into that.
Yeah, are you anxious right now? You don't need to be anxious. We are all cool with this.
Nice. Yeah, I was a little anxious. I'm just, I'm a little anxious. I'm feeling a little anxious. I'm normally pretty relaxed. I'm normally, in the groove of it. I feel like we hit, I'm trying to get back to that, that peak of it, but,
yeah.
I appreciate you saying that. I'm down. Let's just have a nice little chill, little seance here.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, but here's my problem is that
Tell me your problem.
I study environmental and sustainability, and sustainability is just a buzzword. What does it actually mean? But honestly, the problem with sustainability is where does it end? It doesn't fucking end. Nobody's yeah, we're satisfied now. And so it makes the job really hard to be like, hey, like, stop doing your bullshit.
There's no point
But
at which you are simply
satisfied.
sustained.
Yeah, just not satisfied with that. Yeah.
You can
But
only
let me
be sure.
Yeah. Well, like, I'd like to just share the one thing I really want to share with people, which is, you know, I'm an expert in environmental crap. The government made this rule about toxic chemicals, right? And like 60,000 chemicals were just grandfathered in. Like, we didn't bother checking to make sure that it was safe, right? And then, like, now we have like 80,000 chemicals, and so we rewrote the whole rule because it wasn't working. And now we're like, oh fuck, we got to go look at those 80,000 chemicals. So I'm just letting you know that we're all like poisoned. But I'm not trying to be crazy, but I'm like, if you watch stuff about like, these are lots of chemicals and we can't test for all of them and shit, like, it's bad news, bad news.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm aware. Look, here's my experience of watching the news lately. It's, it's a big panel of people, and one person says to another person, "So, would you mind? So, we have Doctor, so and so here to tell us about how we're all going to die, and then he tells us about how we're all going to die, and then and then we also have Doctor so and so, and she tells us about the ways that we're gonna die that we didn't even know that we're fucked in that way." And then we are also joining us is Professor so and so at the University of this, and they're gonna tell us about how we're all gonna die. So I think I got it. We're all gonna get chemicals shoved up our urethras and whatnot. I'm ready for it. I've prepared for it. I'm I can get myself there mentally to have my esophagus turned into a giant pool of chlorine. I don't care. It's no, I don't not care in the sense of I'm gonna go out and throw Snickers wrappers all over the floor. But look, here's the thing, Lauren. We had a good run, humanity, I think. But, all things must come to an end. And the human species, we had a good run. We'll give the planet back to, whatever the ants or whoever lives past the nuclear apocalypse or, the global warming. And that'll be it. That'll be the end of us. And I'm pretty okay with that happening, with humanity being wiped out. Look, if you looked at all of time ever, humans have been here for this tiny cute little tiny amount of time. So, and time will be here long after we're gone. So, we'll be fine. We'll just, not exist.
That is so true. That's very true. I would like to address Nathan's comment here that chemicals aren't necessarily bad, and I agree. Chemicals are not necessarily bad, but we didn't bother to check the 80,000 that we use. So, like, the flame retardant that's sprayed all over your couch and your curtains, like that shit, we didn't actually check it. EPA checked the very first one since they revised the rule, and there's 43 out of, like, 50-something consumer products that are too dangerous for us to use. So I'm just letting you guys know, like, we're all pretty bad poison. But I've been thinking, like, maybe I'm just going to go to Mars. Like, maybe we just need to get out of here, go to Mars. Like, Elon Musk is crazy, but...
Wait, Lauren, I want to read...
option?
You have, I want to read your text, because it's a... Hey, I want to read this text. It says, "Hey, Geck, expert in environmental / sustainability here. Struggling with your young Reddit boy demographic." I don't know if my demographic is necessarily young boys. It could. I don't know. But anyway, that's not important. That's not the part. So you had 5 points. You're saying literally we're all poisoned because we didn't check the chemicals in these products correctly. You say recycling is completely fake. That is interesting. Philosophers,
Do you want to start on that?
we're trained. Let's let the We're trained to be workers slash consumers, and freedom is an illusion. You are 30 and single, so should you get a sperm donor and have a baby by yourself? Are you thinking of doing that? Are you thinking of getting a sperm donor because you don't want, to have a husband or anything like that?
No, like, it's not that I don't want to have a husband. It's just that, like, it's not working out, and I really want a kid. So
You're being,
like,
I
before
think
I'm too old.
I think having a baby by yourself, that sounds pretty sustainable.
I think it's difficult to have a baby by yourself, obviously, and but I think I could do it.
Hmm. I think.
But can we talk about recycling? Can we talk about recycling real quick?
I'll tell you what, I'll dedicate the next 2 minutes to recycling.
All right, listen here. Recycling, if you think about plastic is a byproduct of oil and gas creation, right? So they were like trying to find something to do with the waste. So they made plastic. Plastic, about 2% of it actually gets recycled. So you guys like throw all the shit in your recycle barrels. Like, that doesn't actually do anything. Once it goes into your recycle barrels, like, there's a bajillion kinds of plastic. They've narrowed it down to like 7. And but there's so many more than that and different layers. They don't know what the fuck to do with the plastic, right? So it goes to this big place. We spend all this time and money collecting all this recycling mixed together. We send it to this big place where, like, really underpaid workers, pick through it and some magnets. And then, like, if it's too busy, they just run it faster, so they're not as efficient. So, 20 to 30% of the stuff they pick out is, like, that's their efficiency rate, right? So then they pick the shit out, then they put it in a giant bale, and then nobody wants to buy it anymore because China stopped buying it. And now we just ship it to third world countries, and they pick through it, they burn it, it gets dropped into the ocean.
So
anyway.
you heard it here. You heard it here first from Lauren. If you have trash, what you should do is, just put it anywhere. It's all going to the same place. Throw it on the ground. Throw it out the window of your car if you're, on the highway. Throw it into a bridge. You heard it here first from Lauren. That all trash and all recycling all goes to the same place. It all goes to hell. It all goes for Satan to feast on our Chips Ahoy little white trays that come in the Chips Ahoy package. That's what the devils down in hell, that's what they eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They eat the little, not the caps of water bottles, but the little ring circle plastic things that go on them. And you heard it here from Lauren that all trash goes to the same place. It all goes to the deepest depths of Dante's Inferno, into the 7th ring. And we appreciate you letting us know that.
All right, I there's some caveats there, but that's okay. That's okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me on.
Absolutely. Thanks for calling, Lauren. I appreciate it. I hope you stick around.
Yeah, I will. I'll be around. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Bye.
I feel like we learned a lot.
Nordic.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me on.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Nathan, my man, my guy, tell me everything. Tell me nothing. Tell me, just go all. I'm losing my head. I am bleeding out of my eyes and my nose and my mouth. Tell me what you got on me, and I will talk. I will talk about it. Pretend like this is a dream, and that we're in hell, and that everything is nothing, and just get deep inside of my asshole, and don't leave.
Ooh, that's an interesting invite. But hey, so I want to go back to your earlier stream when you were
For sure.
talking on Reddit.
Yes.
You were talking about where we go after we die. Where do we go after we live? Where do we go hungry? McDonald's, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to bring up one of my thoughts. Okay?
Yes.
One of my thoughts, and it's kind of what I think about, because you have your ball of energy that you think about, and that when we go, we all come back to this ball of energy. And I have to say I have a very similar thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
Humans, as we know, have been here since the beginning of, whenever our organism came. But all of the matter that has ever existed in the universe started at the exact same time, right? As far as we know, our best guess is the Big Bang, right? And the entire universe is made up of atoms. So your atoms that make you up have literally been around since the start of time. And after you perish, your atoms might become something else. You might become a tree. You might become ants. But your atoms have been here since the start, and they will be here to the end.
Yeah, we're like the little ship of all the parts,
Yeah. All of our atoms have always been here, and so we'll always be here. We might not be us, right? We might not have a conscious thought like, "Oh, I'm Nathan," and he might not have, "Oh, I'm GECKO," but we will always be here. Hell, we might become the same thing eventually. You and I could be like, a diamond someday. We could, very possible.
We could be a small handful of ants.
Yeah, exactly. We could exactly be a small handful of ants.
I would love that.
Yeah, it would be amazing. And so that's been itching my brain since I saw it like 2 hours ago. I was like, I got to talk this.
Yeah, man, we're all the same stuff. I mean, so that technically means that I'm like hundreds of thousands of years old.
You're billions of years old, my man. Billions.
Damn, Juno says we could be 2 + 4. I like that.
We could be 2 + 4 eventually.
I think we could be.
We could die. We could somehow, our atoms could travel into like lead, and then graphite maybe, and then we get harvested, refined down, stuck in a wooden pencil. Somebody scribbles down a piece of paper. Boom! I'm 2 + 4.
Wow. Sometimes we're everything at once. I like that. I like being that we're multiple things. I like being like about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different things. That could be something.
It could be. But as far as like consciousness goes, I have no idea. I don't really have that one refined down yet. But at least on the physical level, our atoms do become something else. So
I think so too.
That is
what do you want? What do you want your atoms to be?
Oh boy, what would I want my atoms to be? That's a good question. I think in like the small way, like almost the initial way, like I'd like it to, go towards fertilizing a tree or some other form of life, and then eventually that will be, that living thing will have to transform into another living thing, and as long as it's like, goes into something that's alive, as long as because while I'm here, right, like while I'm here on this earth, I am just I'm consuming, right, and you try to give back to the community, you try to give back to things, but you're eating food, right? You eat a carrot, that's the life that's gone, but it gave you its life to keep your life going. And so I think it's only right that when it's our time to go, we give ourselves back into something else to keep it going.
Yeah. I like that. So you heard it here first. First we have Lauren telling us that we should throw all of our trash onto the floor because it all goes in the same place. Totally agree, Lauren. Right. And then we have Nathan here telling us that if you are sick, let's say you have coronavirus, let's say something that you've got, where you're about to die, where you're about to die, before you die, what you should do, you should go to your local zoo, go to a local jungle of some kind, find a way to feed yourself to the animals, which actually factors back into what Lauren was saying about sustainability. That's how we're supposed to sustain the food chain. So, you know, I think that you should keep yourself in the food chain by, you know, don't die in a bed like a loser. You know, don't get murdered in the street. If someone has a gun to your head and they're about to kill you, you know, say to them, look them in the eye, say, as my dying wish, I would like, you know, for you to feed me to a bunch of piranhas in the, you know, throw me off the Brooklyn Bridge so at least, you know, my body can decompose and become fish food of some kind. And that way we'll get back into the, we'll get back in there.
Yeah, exactly. You're giving back to the environment.
Beautiful.
Exactly
We're recycling ourselves. Lauren, I don't know if you're still here, but I think that, you know, Nathan here is letting us know that recycling is not bullshit, okay? And we're talking about recycling ourselves back into the food chain.
Exactly. It's
beautiful.
Hit the thought right on the head.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thought.
Well, thank you for sharing that with me, Nathan. I appreciate this discovery that we've made together.
Yes, I do too. Every time we discover something new.
Every time we discover something new. Well, man, it was good talking to you, and call me back again, and we'll figure out, we'll discover some other shit about how, you know, we're all, you know, computers or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true too. You know what I mean?
It probably is true too. All right, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it. All right, buddy.
All right, man. Take it easy, brother.
Yep, you too. Bye.
We're in the goddamn GECKO forest, ladies and gentlemen. Are there any topics that are off limits? Says Deborah DeStefani. If there are, we'll figure that out when it's too late. So, you know, no. What do we got here? Look, if you're watching right now, if you're chilling, I'll do my plugs. I'll do my everything. If you want to support, follow me on IG. I'm at Lyle Forever. Tips are always appreciated. I put them back into the stream. I go on, you know, figure out ways to be able to keep, you know, streaming as much as I can and going crazy. And now I'll do a little twist, a little spin in my freaking chair, because we're getting into it. We're getting onto it. We're getting over it and under it, and it's driving my head up like a you know, 1997. What happened to RPAN? It's a good question. Look, I'll be back on RPAN. I'll be back going to r/TheYouShow and r/the L Drescher, and you know, sometimes I'll be doing backflips. Sometimes I'll be doing you know, G7 to G8. Sometimes I'll be going up, and when I'm not going up, I'll be going down, and when I'm not going down, I'll be going right, left. Okay? I'll be going wherever wherever it is that they'll fucking let me go. And if they won't let me go there, I'll hold a protest. All right? If they won't let me go there, I'll you know, I'll make sure that, you know, I can get in wherever I gotta go, wherever everything isn't. RPAM requires constant airtime. It does. And look, I think what I'll start doing, because I fucked this up, because I didn't wait for my airtime to run out. So everyone just thought I was a shill, which I am. So I guess it's fine. But I'll do it differently next time. All the little geckos. I get by in a really good sense of social timing. What does that mean? Who are you going down for? I go down for myself. All right? I go down on myself. Not like that. But, you know, in a more ethereal way. More figurative way. I'll see you later, Tot Destroyer. I love you very much, and I hope that you leave those tots alone, because they didn't do anything to you unless you're talking about tater tots and eating them. Where do you go when you're living? Where do you go when you're hungry? You go to the fucking Tot Destroyer. You go into your urethra. Excuse me, I can't tip you without the last 4 digits of your phone number? Is that a thing? I gotta figure that out. No, it is not this phone number. Should I leave the last 4 digits of my phone number? Is that weird? I appreciate that, Lauren Witter. I appreciate the tips. Hold on. Sometimes people, I want to read out. I don't want to read out the names. I don't have my phone. I want to thank anyone. You know. Geck is right, but fuck, man, that dude gave you 24 hours of feed, and you had 74K watchers. Who? Someone gave me 24 hours of feed? I don't know what that means. Appreciate the tips always. Appreciate the follows. Appreciate that you're here. I appreciate that you came to the YouTube stream. Y'all are saints. Y'all are killers. Y'all are the best. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, fuck. I opened Safari again. Sorry, I shouldn't have yelled. I really shouldn't have yelled. I yelled. That was wrong. That was inappropriate. I'll take one more call. I'll take one more call, and then I'll cap it off for the evening. And thank y'all so much for chilling, for hanging. You know, I should delete Safari, dude. Fuck Safari. I don't need Safari. What's Safari ever done for me? I'm on Chrome right now. All Safari's ever done is, you know, provide me with great shame. Let's take another dang call. Here, the line is open. I'm gonna call this person back. This number is starting with a 9. I'm gonna call this beautiful soul back, and if it goes to voicemail, I have my hand over the hang up button, so that way it won't dox out their phone number like has happened, you know, a couple of times. Wow, that sounds crazy. Will it happen? Will they answer? We'll wait. All right. Sometimes you try to go to the callers because you know you got a missed call. Sometimes you don't have a missed call. Sometimes you have a. Sometimes you are the call. When I'm just talking, right, and I don't have a caller, I'm on a call with myself. That's the way I look at it. I'm on my own little call with myself. Hello, is anyone there? Hey, it's me. How are you doing? How is it? What's going on? What's the meaning of life? Tell me everything. Tell me nothing. Blah blah blah, all that stuff I say. You know, it's going all right. It's going okay. How are you? I didn't really plan anything. Oh well, I don't plan anything either. You know, I don't plan anything when I do the stream, so I don't expect you to plan anything. Oh, I don't plan anything when I plan the stream when I do the stream either, so I don't expect you to plan anything. Okay. All right. I gotta. What'd you say your name? Yeah, we got a call, baby. Let's go crazy.
Like, hey, I know it's my husband.
Tell me something. Tell me anything.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Go up and down and left and right, and we're singing the song, and we're talking to someone, we're talking to no one, we're talking to who we want to talk to, and we're talking to each other today. Tell me what you got to say. Hit me in the face and hit me in with some mace. Let's get into it, my friend. Let's go up and down. I'm into it. I'm over it. I'm sorry, I've been talking too much.
Well, tell me something. Tell me anything. Tell me nothing.
Well, I've I wish that we lived in a world, like, I wish that the world was designed in such a way that I could just, anytime I was hungry, like, take a big fucking handful of grass from wherever, if there's grass around, and just eat it. But that's, why isn't grass food? For, like, cows can do that, but for some reason, grass isn't food. Why did they set that up like that?
I think we can all eat grass, right? I saw your YouTube video. Grass is good for anybody, right?
Yeah, I mean, supposedly you can eat grass, but I don't know why not.
It's there for all of us, right? We should all eat grass.
We should all eat grass. We should try to eat grass. I mean, it's sustainable. Have you ever eaten? I mean, that's kind of what salads are. They're just a bunch of grass.
Right. We should eat grass, sell ants.
Eat grass, sell ants.
Yeah.
I like that. Would you ever want to sell an ant?
I've seen on some YouTube videos you can make money off of it, but I don't know.
You can make a lot. You can make a lot of goddamn money. All right, you can make more money than you'll know what to do with those ants.
Right?
Yeah. I mean.
But go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, look, if you did the ant thing right that I talked about in that video, if you really did that right, if you really kind of worked hard to figure out the ins and outs of that system, which you can, I have a coaching course for that.
I know.
Where if you pay me $3,000, I will coach you in how to sell ants on the internet. And by the way, I have some success stories. If you go to my website,
just gonna ask,
read the
has anybody ever took you up on that? They have.
Has anyone taken me up on that? Absolutely. Yeah. And they've made good livings by doing it. They've made lots of money doing it.
And you made good commission off it too. I'm hoping, right?
Well, it's not a commission. Look, I'm an infopreneur. What the fuck? I've read that word in my head. Infopreneur, right? Infotrepreneur. Yeah, and I sell my courses on how to fucking sell ants. And people make a lot of money doing that. And look, if you're afraid of success, if you're afraid of making a lot of, if you're afraid of just making a lot of money, like just a fucking shit ton of money, if that scares you, if you fear it, then no, you shouldn't sell ants on the internet.
No. But if you want to make money, then why not, right?
Yeah. What would you do if you had $1 million that you had to spend by Tuesday?
If I had to spend it, I would buy a new home in Hawaii, on the beach, and I would quit my job and I would just hang out all day with my wife and kids.
What are your wife and kids like? Are they cool?
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
Are they fun to hang out with?
This is Joe Hasolda. They called like last week about how I felt old, when I have teenagers, but I'm not really old.
Oh shit! Yeah, what's up, Joe? I know you, Joe. I see you out there, Joe.
Yeah. So yeah, my kids are teenagers. Yeah, just send me off to the beach, in a remote island, and I'm good to go.
Nice. You don't live in Hawaii right now, do you?
No, Southern California, but pretty close, I guess.
I like that. Southern California.
But I had a kind of a random question for you. I wanted to get your perspective on.
Absolutely,
so,
hit me.
And I won't mention any names or locations or anything, but I have some close friends who decided they were going to get a divorce. And one day we hung out with one friend. You got their side of the story, and you see everything from their perspective, and you're like, well, damn, I see where they're coming from. Pretty shitty situation. And then the next day you hang out with the other one, separately, as friends, and you get the whole other side of the story, and you're like, well, fuck, I see their situation too. And you're like, okay, I don't know where to go. And then 2 days later, they're both like, okay, we're actually going to work things out. Forget everything we ever told you, like about all the shitty situations. So I don't know. Have you ever dealt with something like that where you had friends getting into relationship issues and trying to not take sides, but kind of understand what's going on both ends?
Have we talked about this before? I remember talking about this with someone. Was it you?
Not me. This actually just happened this last weekend.
Yeah, what would you do? James Murphy says Curb Your Enthusiasm has an entire season dedicated to this issue, which is interesting because I would think that if I were Larry David, I would just It'd be way easier for him to just stop being friends with all of the people involved. You know, that's what he would do. But I don't know if that's what you want to do.
Well, that sounds easy, but I've known them all for like 20 plus years, so they're all kind of close. And it was funny because the first time you talk to the first person, you're like, oh, I 100% get it. You know, the other person's fucked up. And you talk to the second person, you're like, maybe the other person's fucked up. And then the next day, they're like, everything's fine. So you're like, all right, who the hell's fucked up, right?
I would, and I'll tell you, okay, you know, I'll tell you what I told them, which is like, dude, don't, oh my God, don't, bear the weight of other people's problems. You know, be there in support. You know, support your friends however you can. Try to do so amicably, but, you know, you don't have to, like, get involved in other people's, you know, stuff harder than, you know, is necessary for the means of supporting them. You know what I'm saying?
No, and yeah, we're just kind of there for them to have like a shoulder to lean on and someone to talk to. But it was kind of funny because we're close to both of them, and you get two opposite sides of the spectrum, and then 2 days later they're both like, oh, everything's fine, and you're like, well, then what the fuck, you know, were we talking about the last 48 hours, you know? So it was just kind of funny.
Is your wife there? I hear her in the background.
Yep. My wife's giving additional commentary in the background.
Hi, Geck. What's up?
Hello, how's it going? How's what's your wife's take on this? I would have called her by her name, but I don't know it.
You probably remember, I'm sick, so sorry if my voice sounds really horsey right now, but Plumeria Nurse, do you remember that name?
What's the name?
Plumeria Nurse. She chimes in along with our friends Jinx Baby and
Plumeria Nurse. I feel like I saw a C of some kind,
I'm like
but
that secret one that listens in and barely communicates, but then Jinx Baby is like one of our best friends also, so I know you talked to him several times.
Yeah, no, Jinx Baby is he had his day off. Are you part of the Chillavision squad?
No. Television at all, actually.
We're part of the Therapy Gecko squad.
Hell yeah, nice.
And I was talking to Jinx Baby's wife this morning because we were actually carpooling to work today.
Oh, cool.
I was like, it's so weird how all these people are into, like, there's like 10 people obsessed with Chillavision, and I said I've only watched it once or twice, but I'm like, you watch Therapy Gecko, and I'm like, Geck is always on, and he's always got a shitload of people, and they're always like, oh, let me give you another 30 minutes, let me give you another 30 minutes, but anyway, I don't chime in much. I'm a registered nurse, so I kind of just like to listen to you, and I think it's fun.
Nice.
To know, like, to see how you interact with everybody, and you have these crazy ones, and you have these normal ones, and you kind of just try to be very equal, and I think it's cute. But anyway, I just told my husband, because I couldn't get into YouTube, my phone was acting up, so I stole one of his earpods, and he's like, shut up, don't talk, babe.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you very much.
I'm like, I'm talking.
Maybe that was it. Maybe people, I guess you can't go to YouTube on your phone or whatever. But anyway, well, so what's your take on are you friends with these people getting divorced as well?
Yeah, I mean we're all pretty close friends. One of the ones getting divorced actually, she's 3 years older than my husband, and she used to babysit my husband. It was his best friend's sister, and they were pretty close friends growing up, and then she got married and had a divorce, and then now she's been with this one, and it was just, it felt so sad because, you know, I liked what you said where I've told both of them, I'm going to be there for both of you no matter what. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm going to listen, and I'm going to be there for you. But I just felt bad because one of our friends, the girl, she actually didn't tell anybody that they were separating and getting a divorce. People knew that they were having issues. But then all of a sudden, the soon-to-be ex-husband called everybody, her brother, her siblings, told everybody in her life that we're getting a divorce, we're not going to be together. And then I think all of a sudden he realized after a week and a half, wow, she can actually manage without me. She can live life without me. And then all of a sudden, let's get back together. And I was just like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Like, you just told my fucking brother that we're getting a divorce, and I didn't even get to tell my brother that we were having issues. So But either way, I've been very like even. So is my husband. We're just trying to listen to both sides, but we thought we'd ask that to see like what others thought or what you thought about that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. You know, you're doing it. You're doing exactly what we talked about, which is like being supportive, but not necessarily getting involved in the drama of it, or giving any kind of like you should do there, like telling people what they should do. But just you're someone you as you said, you're a shoulder to lean on when they need someone.
Sure. Yeah. That's the latest going on. I did like the earlier conversation too about the recycling. I've been reading about that. I think Lauren was talking about that, about having things not get recycled, and I was glad that got some spotlight because that was pretty interesting too. I don't know all the details about it, but it's kind of something to think about, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. I totally ended it by fucking around, but I will have to deep into the night once the makeup has faded, do some late night doomer internet research on how recycling doesn't exist and we're all freaking crazy. Reduce, reuse, recycle in that order for a reason. I see what you're saying. Well, hopefully we can all be still be sustainable. Let's be sustainable and supportive. Yeah.
Do what we can, right?
Rock and roll. You sound
Drink our milk stouts and take it easy.
You're making me thirsty. Look, man, you guys have a good you got a good family. You got a good relationship going on. Don't don't let the stress of other people's problems blind you from all the great things going on in your own life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not at all. Just trying to take time to help others out, especially your close friends. So doing what we can.
Yeah, man.
But thanks for your time, Gecko. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude. Amiable of you to do that, man. To go out of your way to help others. All right, man. Take it easy. Appreciate it.
Yep, you too. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Live therapy with a real gecko, intense discussions and furious passion. Live therapy with a real gecko, intense discussions and furious passion. Talking to people on the internet. Hanging out with people on the internet. It's quarantine, so we can't go out to talk to people in real life. So we're gonna talk to people on the internet. Sometimes about real life problems and sometimes about farts. La 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 li la 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 li loo. Nani nani nana na nana pini poo. We're gonna talk to people on the internet because we can't talk to people in real life. We're gonna talk about our wives. We're gonna talk about our friends. We're gonna talk about everything that's going on in the world today. Hey, 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 it's therapy, motherfucking gecko. And sometimes it doesn't make sense, but sometimes it kind of does. And that's the point. La la lily, boo boo ba. We're gonna take another motherfucking call, and then we'll see how I feel after that. We're hanging out in the motherfucking therapy forest all the time. And we're gonna see what's... I called it the Whoa, holy shit. I called it the therapy forest. Is this the gecko? Should I call it the therapy forest? No, I like the gecko forest. Although let me tell y'all something real quick. Next week, and look, this is all based on if Amazon ever delivers the fucking thing. But next week, we got a blue screen coming in. And by the way, I appreciate you guys tipping because look, if I get like an actual, man, if I can get like a budget to do stuff, I can buy some like slick, 4K, because this is just something I ripped off of Reddit. I ripped off of the internet. But man, I want to buy some like high quality, online stock footage, for free use. All right, and then we'll create an extended universe of the gecko forest. Maybe I want to do 1 week about space. I want to do 1 week where it's therapy. I want to do 1 week where it's therapy, gecko, and space. We will do that. We'll do if I get enough change, to buy a high quality space adventure stock video, then we'll do therapy, gecko, in space. It'll be incredible. All right. Let's take another damn call. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's new in the school. Let's see what's happening. If you're enjoying the stream, if you haven't already, follow me on IG. I'm at Lyle Forever. Subscribe to the channel. That way, you know when I'm going live next. Tips are always appreciated. I'm crazy. All right, let's. We getting some text. I want to read a text maybe. Oh, okay. Wait, we got a call.
Call from Lady Guillotine. To accept, press 1. To send a...
Lady Guillotine? Lady Guillotine? Lady Guillotine? Lady Gum?
That's me.
Have we, I've seen your name in the chat. Have we spoken before?
Well, you read some of my texts.
Yes, I've read your text, but we've never been on a call before, have we? I've been seeing your name all over planet Geck, and I'm glad that you finally called in. All over the forest.
Yeah, it's great to hear your voice in my ear.
It's great to hear your voice in my ear. What is Lady where does that name come from? Why a guillotine? Should we be afraid? Are you gonna why Lady Guillotine?
Well, so my grandma used to have this saying that you got to kill a rose to make a bouquet, right?
Yes.
And so if you think of, people like roses, to kill a lot of people, you make some progress, you make something beautiful.
You said if we kill a lot of people, we'll make something beautiful.
Yeah, that was the thought at the time that I actually changed my name. So I was in art school, and I started signing my artwork in a non-gendered way. So I just signed it with my first initial and guillotine. And I also had a tattoo apprenticeship. So I thought, my given name was very boring, not memorable. So I thought a pen name and a good, artist name will be memorable.
I like it.
And then people started buying my art, or paying me for tattoos, and they would make checks out to, Guillotine, and I would have to go to the bank and explain, no, truly, that is me.
They would make the checks out to Guillotine.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a point where you did you ever have a point where you considered changing your name to Guillotine?
I did, yeah. After that happened repeatedly, I went and I changed my last name to Guillotine, yeah.
Is that true? You changed your last name to Guillotine?
Yeah.
How do people react to that?
My family was pretty pissed. Yeah, they were not happy, but it wasn't for them, it was for me. And it felt like I was a more genuine version of myself. It stuck, and it just feels like the truer form of me.
Chauncey the Chaunce wants to know if you want to thin out the world population with him.
I mean, these days I'm a mom, so I've done more creating life than I have taking it.
Bazing.
I think I'm going to stay in that mode, the creation mode.
Hey, thank you, Battery Pack Production. I appreciate you saying what you said in the chat. That makes me very happy. I appreciate that. Anyway, so you've been doing more creating people than you have killing people. I feel like, okay, let's say, right, let's say, Lady Guillotine. Okay, how many kids have you had?
Just one.
Just one. You should be, theoretically, right? You should be able to kill a person because, you know, you put a person into the universe. You should theoretically be able to take one out, right? Why doesn't it work like that? If you have a kid, you should be able to. If you created a person, you should, be able to take one away.
I mean, you're not wrong, but ethically, I think.
Of course, ethically, not. But I mean, look, ethically, and thank God we're a society, theoretically run by ethics, but mathematically, probably all moms should get to kill a person.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. Sure, I would take advantage of that if that were the rule of law.
Chauncey the Chance says, Guillotine, the world population of humans reached 1 billion in 1800, and a bit over 2 years later, we are at 7 billion plus. As a mother, does your view of life, I think he means life, change with kids?
Yeah, it does. It does. So here's the odd thing that happens when I can only speak from my own experience. So when I had a kid, suddenly, like, all of the stuff that my parents told me that they struggled with, suddenly I was struggling with those things. Finances or safety or whatever. And like the responsibility of this tiny person was suddenly in my hands. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So it's a terrifying weight. I don't want to say burden, right? Because I chose to bring this person into the world. But it is a terrible weight, right? And then you see, like, what an impact you can have on this little person. It spirals outward into all of the lives that you touch.
I like that. You're doing your best of, right? You're doing your best of you, your greatest hits, and you're trying to put them into your child to go around into the world.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to, like, think about that as a long-term thing. Like, yes, I'm going to shape this amazing person over the long term. But on the day-to-day, all the little micro interactions that I have with my kid, they will impact him for the rest of his life. It's a lot of pressure.
On the day-to-day, I mean, you're making, frozen, you're making, cars shaped macaroni and cheese. You're, labeling cubbies. You're doing all kinds of stuff. But no, they're not gonna remember that. They're not gonna remember that. Maybe they will, but
remember. Yeah, but they'll remember, like, the feeling of being safe and loved, right, and cherished a little day at a time. I certainly didn't experience that myself as a kid. And it says, Guillotine, do you think the individual feelings of love and affection toward a child for all humans outweighs the need to manage population and its negative effects they may have? Look,
I like the way that Chauncey is thinking. All right, the way that Chauncey's thinking is, the good of all the people, of him trying to. He's thinking of everyone. He's thinking that overpopulation is molto male, but Who knows? Well,
Yeah.
look, we already figured out with Lauren that it does that we're all no. I don't. Was it Lauren?
Well, Lauren wants us to
Was
put
it?
our
Which
trash
call
on the
was it where
ground.
we figured? Which call was it where we figured out that we're all gonna die? And that the human race is gonna disappear, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I think that's every call, right?
I think so. I think there's a little bit of
Yeah.
that in every call. There's a little bit of that in
Yeah.
everything.
Well, I mean, yeah. So it's a paradox, or it's one of those philosophical questions where no matter what you answer, you lose, right? Does one person's life outweigh many? Or, that sort of question, that there's no winning answer to that, right? There's no right answer. But in my opinion, it's, we're all part of nature despite our technology. So something like coronavirus, unfortunately, is a natural check and balance on population. So should the population be this big? I don't know. It happened in a natural system, so maybe it's not unnatural, right? And there are natural checks and balances that will happen. And time is endless, and all things must change. So, this population growth, it's not stable. It will change at some point.
Huh. Well, I guess the only way to get it under control is to, you know what? Before we make I'll make the same argument about people that I make about movies. Here's my thing about movies. Hollywood, Hollywood makes so many. Netflix gets a billion, new movies a year, Netflix originals. There's all kinds of Hollywood movies being made all the time. But there's so many movies that already exist out there. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of movies that we haven't watched. For me, it's like why would we bring look, before you bring new people into the world, go hang out with some other people. There's people you haven't even met, and you want to go make new people?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Go talk to the people that are already here. Why do you need new people? We got. It's like you wanna. It's like when you're out with your mom or something, and you're in the car, and you're like, "Hey mom, can we stop at McDonald's?" And she's like, "We have food at home. What? Hey, can I have a kid? We have people at home.
Yeah.
To talk to."
I definitely agree. And you know what? I definitely feel that bringing a kid into this world is the most selfish act that someone can do, right? Just furthering your DNA. But at the same time, it's a biological drive that surpasses any logic, right? The lizard part of our brain close to the spine, that's the first developed part of the brain. When you move closer toward the front of the brain, that's the more logic part of the brain, the newer evolution of the brain, right? That lizard part of the brain controls breathing and your heart rate and your reproductive needs, right? So it's really hard to overcome that old thinking with logic, because logic is newer. It's not as deeply ingrained in our biology.
We live in a society, dude. This is true.
We do. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, overall, everybody's just doing the best they can, and that's the thing. But you're right. A child does not make you whole. It doesn't give your life some sort of completion. If you really want a kid, get a fucking dog first.
It's true. Dogs are chill as well.
Yeah.
Well, Lady Guillotine, thank you for calling in and having this chat with me. This was interesting, to say the least, and thank you for continuing to support the stream. I see you in the chat all the time, so I'm glad you finally decided to call in.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been trying to call in, but finally the time was right, I guess.
Yeah, you had to wait till I feel like lately it's been nice. A lot of new people have been coming in, but then once we get later, I feel like it's easier to be able to talk to individual people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, what am I gonna do all weekend without you entertaining me in the evening?
That's what your kid's for. You can have a kid. Here's what you should do, Lady Guillotine. is you should find a husband, get divorced, and then he can have the kids Monday through Wednesdays, Mondays through Thursdays, and then you can hang out with me on the stream, and then over the weekend you can have the kid. That's a perfect scenario.
Well, will you marry me?
I'd consider it. I don't know if I know you well enough to marry you, but you know.
Do you know me well enough to divorce me?
Wait, but that won't make sense though, because if we get married, okay, well hold on, let me play this out real quick. If we get married, we get divorced, I won't be able to stream Monday through Tuesdays. So I'll have to have the kid. I'll have to switch up my streaming schedule because I'll have the kid Monday through Thursday, and then you'll have the kid. But then when you have the kid, I'll be streaming.
Well, you're gonna have to talk to the kid about it.
We'll talk to the kid.
Yeah.
We'll figure out something.
Okay. Sounds good.
I love you very much, Lady Guillotine.
I love you too.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, we did it. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to the people. Thank you to the 41 people watching this. I mean, that's enough to, for a small birthday party. All right. Okay. Oh geez. Oh gosh. Oh man. I want to end with something. Let's put. What's a good theme of this evening? Let me look at the emojis that we got going on. We have a lot of these custom emojis. By the way, another cool thing about YouTube is that I can, and I will one day do this, I can make custom emojis. Let's put a what emojis do we have in the? Can we get a what's something fun? I don't know. You know what I want? Let's do. Can we get a? It's a good emoji to end the night with. Let's get a laughing crying emoji, a meme. Let's get laugh cry emojis. We'll do laugh cries. How do I put in a laugh cry? We'll end the night with laugh cries. Because I saw one and I was like, all right, I know that they exist now. Hold on, there we go. Oh, there's a gecko. I would have done a gecko, but I committed to laugh cries. Rock and roll. Look at all these people crafting and lying. Laughing and crying. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate y'all bearing with me on the crazy frickin' switch from Reddit to YouTube and all the technical difficulties. We'll be back on Monday. I'll probably be every show should end with geckos in the chat. Next time I'll end with geckos in the chat. But tonight I'll commit to laugh cries. Ghosts are good. Next time we'll do geckos. Thank you guys for coming. Next Monday at 9 p.m. I will do Reddit. I might start streaming more. What I'm thinking about doing to remedy this is I might do Monday through Thursday Reddit, and then maybe I'll do like a exclusive Friday YouTube only stream. I think that's what I'll start doing. Is I'll do everything Monday through Thursday on Reddit, and then maybe Fridays we'll do YouTube. Thank you for staying. Thank you for joining in. Tips are always appreciated. Instagram follows are always appreciated. You all are appreciated for watching, and I will see you again on Monday. Peace, love, Jesus, hail Satan, and continually find ways to praise Satan in your daily life. Much love.